Hey everyone, I just wanted to record this additional video, almost a bonus video as part of our Mental Health Awareness Week. And really this video is all about the emotional dashboard that each one of us have in our lives. And it's important that if we're going to live healthy lives that we get better at reading the dials on our emotional dashboard. My observation and my personal experience is that not all of us are very good at reading the emotional dials on our lives dashboard, and so we can get ourselves into dangerous places, mentally dangerous places, emotionally dangerous places, and even physically dangerous places because we're just not reading the dials of our lives. There's lots of different ways of talking about dials and reading dials in our lives, but I wanted to focus your attention really on the kind of the four areas that are often used in a recovery type of group. That might be an addictive recovery type of group, because these dials, they're really easy for us to spot, or easier for us to spot and to kind of assess in our lives. So the four dials are this. Number one, what do you do when you're hungry? Number two, what do you do when you're angry? Number three, what do you do when you're lonely? And what do you do when you're tired? So imagine that they're the four dials on the dashboard of your life. If you can understand how you respond in those type of circumstances, it will help you to assess the emotional health of your own life. Let me give you an example. If you are consistently overtired, what do you do? Some people, it's all about reactions, that their reactions are just way out of kilter with the circumstances they're facing. For other people, it may be reaching for addictive behaviors to try and, as a coping mechanism for the tiredness and the lethargy that they're feeling on the inside. It's the same for loneliness. What happens in your life when you're experiencing higher than normal levels of loneliness in your heart? What do you reach for? Do you reach for comfort in other things? That could be in overeating or in box sets, or it could be in addictive behaviors that you go back to. These are really healthy and helpful dials if you can tune in and understand how you respond when you get hungry, persistently hungry, when you get persistently angry or consistently angry, or there's a season in life where there's lots of angst in your heart. What do you reach for? Same with loneliness and also with tiredness. I want to encourage you over this coming week to take some time and to look at those dials in your life. You might even want to draw them on a sheet of paper and write, how do you respond when there's higher than normal levels of these particular things? When you've done that exercise, why don't you ask somebody who's close to you? It might be a spouse, it might be a good friend, it might be a sibling, it might be a child, it might be a relative, a close relative, but ask somebody that you know won't just give you the answer that you want to hear, but will really help you to understand how you respond. Because the important thing is this: each one of us are going to face pressures on our lives that are going to squeeze us. And it's often in these four areas where we can start to see some of the early warning signs that not all is well on the inside. So if we can really tune in on these particular dials, we'll be able to ask for help and ask for prayer and ask for support much earlier before we find ourselves in a critical or dangerous place. So what are the four dials? The four dials are hunger, anger, loneliness, and tiredness. I want to encourage you to really take some time now to think those things through. God bless you all. I hope this has been helpful.